So we have created our VM and we have installed the local model running on the machine. Now let's create our first agent. So for the agent, let's create a repo for that. So I'm going to create a new folder here. I'm creating a Python environment here. It says Python 3 is not available. Python is not available. Let me use Python 3. Python 3 is also not available. Let me install. Okay, Python 3 is available, but Python 3 virtual environment is not available. Let me copy this and run in this machine. So I have to update that first. First run apt update. This will download all the source repos first. Once the update is complete, you can install the Python virtual environment. The update is complete. Now let's run the install virtual environment command. So it is downloading and installing the Python virtual environment on this machine. Okay, it is complete. Now let's create the virtual environment on this folder. The command is python3 -m vn.vm. So virtual environment is created in the .vm, but it is not activated yet. To activate that in this console, in this session, you have to run source vn bin activate. So now you can see here this virtual environment is activated, and every other Python package you are going to install now, it is going to be installed inside this project only. It will not affect your machine. So let me install Microbots first. So you have to run pip install Microbots to install Microbots. This is going to be our agent orchestrator. Okay, Microbot installation is complete. We need some place where the agent has to work, right? Now the problem we are going to give for the agent is we are going to give a buggy program which is not going to run, and we are going to ask the agent what is the program, try to analyze that. So let's create a buggy code for agent. We will put all the code base where agent is going to work inside a folder. So let's create a directory for that. So let's call it as agent workspace. And instead of working always in the console, let's open this directory my agent inside VS Code, so it will be easy for us. Let's open the folder and select my agent, open it here. Now pretty much you can use VS Code here. Okay, trust and one, continue. It's again asking me the password. I'm giving the simple password I resetted now. Okay, we got the agent workspace. Let's create a file here with buggy code. Let's create a Python code which is going to be buggy. So it is a simple Python program. If I run this one, let's run this one. Python agent workspace buggy program. Okay, I have to enable the virtual environment source bin activate. Virtual environment is activated. Now I run Python. So it is printing whatever is inside, but actually we need to have a bug in this one. Let's remove the close bracket. Now if I run, I will get a error. For now, let's keep it simple, and we have to ask the agent to identify what is the problem in this program. So let it be there. We are not going to touch this one. This is for the agent. We are not going to work upon this. We are going to create a first agent, my first agent.py, and it is going to use Microbots. Let's import Microbots reading bot. From Microbots import. Reading bot is a bot where it will not affect the code base. So if you want to have only read-only access, you want your code base should not be affected. For analysis task, you don't want the agent to modify your code, right? In those scenarios, you can use reading bot, because reading bot will mount your directory only with read-only permission. Actually, the my first agent is created inside the agent workspace. Let me put it out of that. I am moving it here. Okay, let me use console to move this one. mv agent workspace my to this directory. Okay, it is moved here. So we imported reading bot. We are going to create the bot first. Bot equal to reading bot will take two arguments. One is a model which we are going to use. Our model is going to be, it is going to local, right? So olama local, we have to give the prefix, and the model name is Gwen3 coder. So let's use this name. Okay, and where the agent is going to work, what is the workspace for the agent, and that path we have to pass as folder to mount equal to, so we have to give the full path. So let's use os here, import os, let's say the file is not there. Let me open this file. Okay, moving actually affected this one. Current directory plus we are going to pass agent workspace. Yes, we passed two arguments. The bot actually going to take two arguments. One is the model name. The model name is which is currently running on the local machine, and second is a folder where the agent is going to work. And now the bot is created. We have to run the bot. So for that we need to pass. We are taking the output from the response equal to bot.run, and this is going to take the task. What is the task? Analyze the buggy. So the problem name is buggy program.py. So buggy py, and identify the bug in the code. Okay, this file is unnecessarily created. Let's remove this file. Delete permanently. I don't want the agent to be confused with this file. Okay, we have buggy program only inside the agent workspace. Okay, the task is given. Now next we have to give the timeout. Timeout in second. The argument name is timeout in second. We are going to give, let's say, 5 minutes. It should not usually take 5 minutes, but it's better to give something bigger. So okay, number of iterations, we don't need to worry about it now. So why are we giving 5-minute timeout is, there is a possibility sometimes agent will go hallucinate and they may go into infinite loop. So in those situations we don't want our program to keep on calling the agent and consume the tokens infinitely, right? So we are giving a timeout. If the timeout reaches, Microbot will actually stop the process and stop communicating with the agent and come out with what is the current state, whatever it is. So this timeout is a guardrail now. The agent will run and the agent's output will be stored in the response. Let's print the response. So in the response, I'm expecting agent to identify what is actual problem. It has to identify the buggy programs. There is no close bracket, right? And I'm expecting the agent to identify the problem and tell that to me. So to run that agent, we have to run python my first agent. It says file not found error. Some error I'm getting. Connection aborted. Okay. So it is trying to connect with Docker, but Docker is not installed in the machine. Let's install Docker first. I'll clear the screen. So to install Docker, you have to run sudo apt install Docker. Docker has no installation candidate. Let's search in internet how to install Docker. This is 2404, right? Okay, 2404. And we have to take Docker GPG first. We have to add the Docker keys. Then we have to update, and then we have to install all these packages. So let's copy this and simply run that. I'm going to simply paste it, believing whatever the internet is telling is correct. Okay, it is added. Now let me copy this one to install the Docker related stuff. Let me paste it here. Okay, it is installing something. Hopefully it is Docker. Okay, Docker installation is complete. Let me check some Docker commands. Okay, so this is not added into the Docker. So for the current user, my user Bala is not added into the Docker space. We have to add the user into Docker usability case and Docker run. So it is asking me to run with sudo. I don't know how to run with sudo. So user mode ag docker user. Post installation steps. Let's run this command. It should add the current user into the Docker group. So sudo user mode ag. This is going to add the current user Bala into the Docker user group. A is for add and G is for group. So after user is added into the Docker user group, if I run Docker command, it should run actually. Still says permission issue. So let's try rebooting the machine. Okay, now VS Code is trying to reconnect to the server. Okay, server came up. It is asking me the password. Successfully connected, I think. Not, let's reload. It cannot able to create the older session, so it's okay to reload. It will ask me the password again. Okay, SSH connection successful. Okay, we got the console. Let's run docker ps. Okay, now docker ps is running. So what we have done is we followed the installation steps provided by the chat GPT. We have to actually install the certificates and then download the GPG key for the docker and install the docker sources, then install docker later packages, and then you have to enable docker and start docker. So after that, additionally, you have to run the user add command, user mod command. Where is that? You have to remember, you have to run the user mod command. After running that, you have to log out and log in, or you can simply reboot the machine. After reboot, it is actually working fine. Okay, now docker is running fine. Let's activate the in source activate. Okay, bin activated. Now let's run our first agent, Python. Now this should run without an error, hopefully. Okay, we didn't print any logs here. We didn't update about the logs, so that nothing is coming on the console. Actually, in the next video, I'm going to tell you how to add the log, how to enable the Microbots log. So you will see something, you will see what is the bot is actually doing in the background. So for now, you have to wait for the agent to complete. Otherwise, you have to wait for 5 minutes for the agent to time out. Let's wait for that. Actually, this didn't complete. It has failed for some reason. It is trying to connect with reading bot. It could not able to. LLM is Olama local. Value your local model name, local model port, environment variables must be set and passed the argument local llama. So these two variables, n variables has to be set in the machine. So let's set the variables. So local model name is coder and local model port is, okay, I'm not sure what is that. That is 11434. Let's grep for the n variables. The command has to be export and the variable name, then local model name, export, then okay, these two variables are set. Let's verify the model name. That is Gwen3 coder, both are same. Okay, let's run once again. Sorry, Python my first. Okay, when this is running, let's see in the background what is happening in the machine. It has created a new Docker container using this particular image. So this is one of the developers of Microbots. So she has created in her name. 6 seconds ago it got created and it is running. Let's see what is the process running on the machine. We will use atop for that. Atop is not there. Htop. Okay, htop is there. So you can see Olama is running on full-fledged. It is using 20 GB of memory. So there are multiple threads of Olama is running, and that is using residue memory itself is like 18 GB. So the full model is loaded into the RAM and it is currently actually functioning. So it looks like the agent can able to connect to the model and model is able to respond. Looks like that. Let's wait for the agent to complete its task. Yes, actually the run is complete. You can see the result is coming as a bot run result object. It is having 3 values. One is status is true, and result is here. The hexdem output shows that the file contains a Python code buggy program. It is even keeping the close bracket. This is not a bug in the traditional sense, but rather a simple print statement. Since the task was to analyze buggy program to identify the bug, and the file only contains a print statement without any apparent logic errors or syntax error. This is saying there is no syntax error. Let's see what is actually happening. We have a syntax error. Okay, the close bracket is not there, but still the model is telling it is reading it something like with the close bracket and still saying there is no syntax error. Okay, but at least the agent has run, it has spoken to the model, but it is a problem of the model, not the problem of the agent, right? So this is the difference between the state-of-art models like OpenAI, GPT, Gemini, and the locally running models. The local running models are not that close with the state-of-art models. but you can use the models for doing small testings. Okay, now we know that the agent is running fine, the agent is actually identifying the wrong bug, it is fine. In the next video we will add the log and see what the agent is doing step by step. Maybe when we see what the agent is doing step by step, we may able to identify what actually went wrong, we may able to tell the agent to correct itself. Let's see in the next video.